Welcome back to Super Sentai Review, episode number 77. This is reviewing episodes 43 to 45. I originally was doing 46, but it's getting kind of late, so I figured, why not just do 3? Now, in these 3 episodes, we have 2 characters getting killed off, and one of them basically being, let's just say, removed from the group. First one in episode 43 focused on Gatos. It's basically his last stand, where he makes a creature out of his own body, which this something though makes him the second one of the Vol people to actually do this. Last was Dr. Abler. Of course, with him, they kind of did it twice. So basically, first did part of him, and then makes a whole freaking monster on him too. In the case of this one, he basically uses a monster to go after Jirichi, which 43 is his focus episode, where he battles him for a while. Well, basically, the monster is just destroyed several times. Not once, not twice. Apparently, he's destroyed like 10, 12 times before he finally is destroyed. Excuse me, of course, Yusuke has to prove his bravery to a little boy who is recovering from an injured foot. Which, of course, he starts walking by the end of the episode. Yep. Oh, yeah, and by the way, in the case of Gudos, yeah, it's revealed after he's shot by somebody. They don't clarify exactly who shot him. It turns out that he's not an alien. Nope. He is, in fact, a robot, and it's heavily suspected that Bias was the one who created him as sort of a competition. And because the fact that, by the way, the reason why he was doing all this, because he did like his score, and he liked the fact that an Earthling was basically giving him orders because he claimed to be the most smartest man in the universe. And then it turned out he was just a robot created by Bias. Of course, it was suggested, it wasn't exactly confirmed. Well, it was confirmed by Bias by his smile, the fact that, oh yeah, a rival is taken care of. Next, of course, is Bucci's turn. Bucci just does what the heck he wants. Of course, he leads a monster. Megumin decides to hang out with him the whole episode. And then he's destroyed. Of course, he found out before he went down there that he is, in fact, a robot. And also that his points went down because, yeah, and of course, Ashura was the one who destroyed him. And of course, his monster was destroyed. It was a nice, touching moment for that episode for 44. 45 is Ashura's, well, kind of in a way, last stand, where he has one last chance to improve himself, get to the 1,000 point brain that they've been teasing for a little while, where you have the original 2 of the original trio who joined Volt, where they're at 900 points, roughly 100 points away from hitting that 1,000. In the case of Ashura, he's at 600. So he decides in a way to sort of cheat, creating the hacker brain and downloading a bunch of scientific knowledge into his brain. It does work for a little while, and of course he gets attacked a couple times by Liveman. First near it looked like a computer, and then like at some other place, like a junkyard, which the junkyard frequently pops up of this whole entire Liveman for some reason. I don't know. I've got a few different Super Sentai I've watched. And then he basically goes out in the middle of nowhere, a quarry, because Sentai love their quarries. They love these giant holes in the ground. They love having battles in. Though, there's probably a reason why, the fact they love having battles here. It's cheap. Really cheap. Which means they don't have to make time to destroy freaking buildings. Let's throw a bunch of rocks. So Hacker Brain first hacks into the actual brain-based computer and see what Ashura's score is. And his score is still 600. He's like, what? What the heck? Try again. And then he logs in, except he doesn't log into the main computer. He logs into, according to Hacker Brain, that's the brain for this one, an unknown computer. Or about, it's like 12 times 1,000, something about a genius. Bias is upset by this, where he disappears from Kemp and Mazida. Yeah, he just basically springs out of that. I'm like, okay, this is a guy who wears a giant shoulder pad, a giant thing on his shoulder, and he's moved really quickly. Oh yeah, we do see in these episodes his sort of true form, where his face is like decaying. So he goes on the way to recharge, and then eventually he uses this particular thing to destroy Ashura's truck. and Hacker Brain himself is eventually destroyed by the Liveman. Oh, and in case you're curious, though, which one of these Rangers had their own, let's say, focused one for this episode? Well, 43 was Josuke, 44 was Megumin. This one was kind of in a way Joe, but it's also Yusuke as well. And then, of course, Ashura's 3 cyber split creatures, who suspiciously look like women despite the fact they're voiced by guys. Yeah, they're pretty much destroyed in this episode. And then Ashura himself is basically just blasted. And then he survives, reverting back to his look back in his debut appearance back in episode 13. Where he is Ashura. Excuse me. Asha Pajima. Yes. Arashi Pajima. Yep, he's back to being this punk look. Yeah. In the case of this guy here, he was definitely a good villain, per se. Yeah, despite the fact to destroy their, well, there's technically more appearance for these guys. Ash himself appears for one more episode, and that's it. Basically, he's pretty much done with the very next episode. So in a span of, so actually made his first appearance back in episode 11. Oh, that was 13. My mistake. It was actually episode 11. So he's back to this look again, which is quite interesting. The fact that after all this time, it takes him to this very episode, episode 45, approximately 35 episodes, at least 34 episodes after his debut, and he's back to basics again. Yep. But we're going to wrap up his plot thread the very next episode. And by the way, there's only 4 episodes left for Liveman, and I do not have time to basically talk about them tonight because it's getting kind of late, and I have a few things I need to do. So expect to see the final review for. There's a couple more videos to do this one. Excuse me. The first one discussing the last 4 episodes of Liveman, and then the one after that, which will air tomorrow. By the way, I was supposed to do Shaman King today, but I'm going to wait till tomorrow to take care of that. So, expect to see a handful of videos tomorrow. Basically, I'm going to finish up Liveman, do reviews of the last 4 episodes, do my final thoughts of Liveman, review Shaman King, and that's going to be, aside from Shaman King, there's also going to be more Fire Force videos, because I really want to get that one caught up. And I probably will get time to do Black Butler after that, because it's probably the next one I'm going to do. Yep, so I have videos tomorrow. The only reason why I didn't put up many videos today, because I got home really late. I got off work today at about 4:40. I didn't get home till almost 8 o'clock. The reason why, because I was supposed to take a particular bus at 5 o'clock. Went by early, so I had to take a later bus, an hour later, and then went to a shop. It was went to a comic shop near me. Tried to go get some dinner, and the place I wanted to go to dinner was out of bread. So I go to a place I was not really a big fan of. I had not sat for this place in over 20 years because my family had a bad experience at this particular place back in the late 90s. Yes, I went to Subway, but they went out of bread, and I went to Burger King where I live. Now, the reason why, because I was hungry, and I really want to eat something, because I was still hungry. So I went up 1 block, and there I was at Burger King. Yes, now the place has definitely changed, and the food is very reasonable. Though I didn't like the fact that I could check out the menu. And this was considered by my family to be the worst Burger King in the area where we live. Yes. I didn't have a choice in the matter. Because of either this or walking up to Wendy's, which is a little bit further up. So, Burger King was closer, and KFC is still having a lobby close because of stupid stuff. Yeah. So, yeah, so I see you tomorrow for my remaining Super Sentai videos, which is 2 of them. Shaman King, Fire Force, and other ones I mentioned, okay? But see you next video. Bye.